Chapter 2: Latitudes and Longitudes. For a long time, people believed that the earth was flat because they could see only a small portion of the earth. They were unable to see it as a whole. In 1519, Ferdinand Magellan circumnavigated the earth and proved that it is round in shape. Photographs taken from the space confirmed that the shape of the earth is round. The earth is divided into two equal parts by drawing an imaginary line midway between the North Pole and the South Pole. This line is called the equator. A globe is a miniature model of the earth. It has an axis. This axle allows it to spin around. In this way, a globe imitates the spinning of the earth. The earth rotates on an imaginary axle, the axis. The end points where the axis touches the surface of the earth are called poles. The point on the top is called the North Pole, while the point at the bottom is called the South Pole. The part of the earth which lies to the north of the equator is called the Northern Hemisphere. The other half, known as the Southern Hemisphere, lies to the south of the equator. Latitudes. Latitudes are imaginary lines drawn towards north or south of the equator. The equator is also a latitude which passes through the center of the earth. Lines of latitudes towards the north of the equator are given names from 1 degree north to 90 degrees north. Hence, there are 90 latitudes drawn towards the north of the equator. Similarly, lines of latitude towards the south of the equator are given names from 1 degree south to 90 degrees south. There are 90 latitudes drawn towards the south of the equator. Hence, there are total 181 lines of latitudes including the equator, 0 degree. Important features of latitudes. All latitudes are complete circles except the north and the south poles. The lengths of the latitudes decrease as we move away from the equator towards the poles. All latitudes are located at an equal distance from each other. Thus, these are also called parallels. They never meet. Latitudes neither touch nor cross one another. Important latitudes. Following are some important latitudes. Tropic of Cancer, 23.5 degrees north. Tropic of Capricorn, 23.5 degrees south. Arctic Circle, 66.5 degrees north. Antarctic Circle, 66.5 degrees south. Are you aware? Tropic of Cancer passes almost through the middle of India. Longitudes. Imaginary lines running from the North Pole to the South Pole are known as meridians or lines of longitude. The meridian runs through the Royal Observatory at Greenwich in London, is accepted as 0 degree meridian. It is also called the prime meridian. Longitudes are drawn to the east and west of the prime meridian. The meridians of longitude towards the east of the prime meridian are numbered from 1 degree east up to 180 degrees east. Similarly, the meridians of longitude towards the west of the prime meridian are numbered from 1 degree west up to 180 degrees west. So, in total, there are 360 longitudes. Important features of longitudes. All the longitudes are of the same length. Longitudes opposite to each other may form great circles and divide the earth into two equal halves. The distance between two longitudes is greater at the center near the equator. It keeps on decreasing as we move towards the poles. The longitudes to the east of the prime meridian are marked with the symbol E, meaning east, and the longitudes to the west of the prime meridian are marked with the symbol W, meaning west. Longitudes cut the latitudes at right angle, 90 degrees. Longitudes are used to measure distances in the east-west direction. Grid. The longitudes and the latitudes intersect each other and form a network of lines called grid. Grid helps us to locate places accurately on the globe and maps. For this, we need to know the longitude and the latitude of the place. The point at which they cross each other will be the location of the place. Locating places. We already know about prime meridian and grid system. We also know that grid helps us to locate a place on a globe or a map. For example, if someone asks us to locate Mumbai on a globe or a map, we must know the values of its latitude and its longitude. Mumbai is located on a globe or map where 19 degrees 13 inches north latitude and 72 degrees 51 inches east longitude intersect each other. So the location of Mumbai is 19 degrees 13 inches north, 72 degrees 51 inches east. Are you aware? Nowadays, we can find the position of a person or a place on the globe in terms of latitude or longitude. This is the basis of Global Positioning System, GPS, and the working of satellite systems. Things I have learnt. The globe is a model of the Earth. Lines of latitude or parallels are imaginary lines that run parallel to the equator. The prime meridian, 0 degree longitude, divides the Earth into western and eastern hemispheres. The equator, 0 degree latitude, divides the Earth into northern and southern hemispheres. The lines of longitude and latitude intersect to form a grid. The grid helps us to locate